For decades, Friendly's ice cream was more than just a restaurant. It was a cherished part of American culture. It was a place where families gathered for burgers and sundaes, where kids enjoyed towering scoops of ice cream drizzled with hot fudge, and where people created lifelong memories over a fribble milkshake. The brand embodied warmth, nostalgia, and a sense of community, making it a staple in the hearts of generations. However, despite its loyal customer base and iconic status, Friendly's has experienced a long and painful decline. The company has filed for bankruptcy twice, closed hundreds of locations, and struggled to remain relevant in a rapidly changing market. Once a thriving brand with over 850 locations, Friendly's now clings to a fraction of its former empire. What led to this decline? How did a beloved ice cream and restaurant chain transition from an American favorite to a fading relic? In this deep dive, we will explore the key reasons behind Friendly's downfall, the mistakes that contributed to its decline, and whether there's hope for a comeback. Friendly's was founded in 1935 in Springfield, Massachusetts, by brothers Presley and Curtis Blake. It started as a simple neighborhood ice cream shop during the Great Depression, aimed at offering delicious, affordable ice cream that would bring people together during tough economic times. The concept worked. The business grew quickly, adding burgers and sandwiches to the menu. By the 1950s, Friendly's had expanded into a full-service restaurant. The 1970s and 1980s were Friendly's golden years. The chain became a popular gathering spot for families, teenagers, and seniors. The restaurants were casual and inviting, the portions were generous, and the ice cream was among the best. At its peak, Friendly's operated over 850 locations across the United States, becoming a staple in towns and suburban communities. However, while Friendly's thrived during these decades, the seeds of its decline were already being sown. One of the most significant issues was the shift in consumer preferences. In recent years, many consumers have become more health-conscious, seeking healthier alternatives to traditional ice cream. Friendly's, known for its indulgent and rich flavors, struggled to adapt to this changing landscape. As customers began to prioritize low-fat, dairy-free, and vegan options, Friendly's faced challenges in offering a wide range of alternatives that met these new preferences while still maintaining its signature taste and quality. Additionally, the rising popularity of artisanal and gourmet ice cream brands presented a new challenge for Friendly's. These smaller, local ice cream shops gained popularity by offering unique and high-quality flavors, often made with locally sourced ingredients. While Friendly's continued to offer its classic options, it had difficulty keeping up with the evolving tastes and demands of its customers. As the 1990s arrived, Friendly's was still a strong brand, but competition intensified, and consumer preferences began to shift. Other fast casual and family dining chains, such as Applebee's, Chili's, and TGI Fridays, gained popularity. At the same time, fast food giants like McDonald's and Dairy Queen expanded their ice cream and dessert offerings, encroaching on Friendly's market share. One of the most significant setbacks for Friendly's occurred in 1988 when the Blake brothers sold the company to the Hershey Foods Corporation. What initially seemed like a promising acquisition quickly turned into a disaster. Hershey struggled to manage Friendly's effectively and sold it in 1997 to Sun Capital Partners, a private equity firm. Private equity ownership often prioritizes short-term profits over long-term growth, which was evident in Friendly's case. Sun Capital focused on cost-cutting rather than quality, closing unprofitable locations but neglecting to modernize the brand or innovate its menu. While competitors adapted to new dining trends, Friendly's remained unchanged. The traditional sit-down restaurant model was losing appeal as fast casual chains like Panera Bread and Chipotle revolutionized the industry. Customers began seeking faster service, healthier options, and more convenience, but Friendly's failed to adapt. Moreover, online ordering and delivery services became significant components of the restaurant business. Yet Friendly's was slow to embrace these trends. By the time it finally did, it was already too late. Competitors had gained a significant lead. By the early 2000s, Friendly's found itself in serious trouble. Declining sales, rising costs, and increased competition significantly impacted the company's finances. In 2011, Friendly's filed for Chapter 11 bankruptcy, resulting in the closure of over 100 locations and the layoffs of thousands of employees. Many of these closures occurred in areas where Friendly's had been a neighborhood staple for decades, leaving longtime customers heartbroken. The company cited the economic downturn and rising food prices for its struggles. However, the reality was that Friendly's had failed to modernize, update its brand, or develop a strategy to attract younger customers. Despite restructuring efforts, Friendly's continued to face challenges. The COVID pandemic in 2020 delivered a final blow. With dine-in restrictions and a decline in foot traffic, Friendly's revenue plummeted. In November 2020, Friendly's filed for bankruptcy again and was sold to Amici Partners Group, a firm specializing in turning around struggling restaurant chains. The rise of fast, casual, and quick-service restaurants has changed how Americans dine out. Customers increasingly seek convenience, customization, and speed features that Friendly's full-service model found challenging. At the same time, competitors like McDonald's, Dairy Queen, and Baskin-Robbins expanded their ice cream offerings, making it easier and cheaper for customers to grab a sundae or milkshake without the long wait associated with a sit-down restaurant. Friendly's was built on nostalgia but struggled to attract younger generations. While older customers continued to visit, younger diners preferred newer, trendier establishments. Additionally, the brand failed to modernize its marketing efforts to appeal to millennials and Gen Z, making it seem outdated. Friendly's decline mirrors the struggles other sit-down restaurant chains like Ruby Tuesday and TGI Fridays face. The dine-in culture of the past has shifted toward quick service, takeout, and delivery, and Friendly's did not adapt quickly enough to compete in the evolving restaurant industry. Many customers complained about slow service, inconsistent food quality, and outdated restaurant decor. Poorly managed locations led to negative customer experiences, which drove away business. While other chains have evolved their menus to meet changing tastes, Friendly's has stuck with the same offerings for decades. Customers began to demand healthier choices, more diverse flavors, and exciting new menu items, but Friendly's remained stagnant. Under its new ownership, Friendly's has made efforts to modernize and reinvent itself by closing underperforming locations to focus on profitable stores, revamping its menu to offer more diverse options, expanding its ice cream products into retail grocery stores to reach more customers, improving digital ordering and delivery services to compete with modern restaurant chains. While these changes are positive, Friendly's faces an uphill battle. The restaurant industry is more competitive than ever, and it will take a bold, innovative strategy to bring the brand back to its former glory. The decline of Friendly's serves as a classic business lesson in adaptation and innovation. Once a powerhouse in the restaurant industry, it failed to evolve with changing consumer habits, leading to its gradual downfall. Nostalgia alone isn't enough to sustain a brand. Without modernization, reinvention, and a willingness to embrace new trends, even the most beloved companies can disappear, just like a Friendly's sundae left out in the sun. The crucial question is, can Friendly's successfully reinvent itself in the modern age? Or is it destined to remain just a sweet memory of the past? Subscribe for more videos.